What's up? It's your boy, Bretflix Mazurski, here for some more super epic Resident Evil 4 gameplay. Continuing my little playthrough from a few days ago. I think last I saw was the big cheese choked me out and decided not to kill me, which obviously is a big mistake because I go on to kill his entire village and save the world from their diabolical plan. Oh, oh. There's a chicken egg in here. You know what I find really strange? I think it's super weird that they're remaking this game. Like, I know Capcom right now has a big fetish for remaking RE titles, which I kind of understand. But why this one? I don't know why they would remake this one. I don't know what's so dated about this game. I guess I'll just put them over here for now. Like, I think it literally is just because of how popular this game is. You know, this is like kind of like the undisputed masterpiece of them all. I mean, of a series that has a lot of really good games, but this one, I don't know if this one is. I don't know if this one's the undisputed masterpiece. I mean, I say that, but oh, okay. I just need to get my shotgun now. There we go. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that this one is just kind of the most liked one because, I mean, as influential as all the Resi games have been, or just this franchise as a whole, I don't know if any game has been as influential as this one has been. Oh, I didn't realize I was so low on shotgun ammo. Like, the original games were pretty influential, but kind of within its own genre. I feel like this game had a much wider reach. So it's like, so they remake 2 and 3, and those sell very well, and they're very well reviewed. Especially, I think 2 was. Um, and maybe that's just kind of my own perception, just because I like 2 and 3. I like the remakes of 2 and 3, but I definitely like 2 a lot more. So maybe I'm just assuming that 2 is a more well received game. I don't know. And they probably just kind of want to keep that hype train going a little bit. So they're going to remake this game, that's just one of the most well reviewed games of all time. What? That should have counted as a headshot. Maybe they're just kind of like striking while the iron's hot. But I really don't know why this game would need to be remade. I mean, yeah, it's a little dated, of course. The game's like 16 years old. There's some things about it that don't quite work as well as, most third-person over-the-shoulder shooters do today. But there's really nothing about it that's that archaic, though. I mean, I feel like that's why remakes 2 and 3 not just happened, but happened the way they did, where because they remade Resident Evil 1, but in the same style as Resident Evil 1. And when I say style, I mean like it's it's a fixed camera angle game with the tank controls and everything. Dang, I really thought that was going to be a headshot as well. Was that a triple? That was awesome. Again, optimal strategy. Just bottleneck all the enemies. They can't do anything to you. If they get close, just use the shotgun. Anyway. Sweet. But you know, the tank controls are really contentious now. You know, it makes it hard for a lot of people to get into those older games, and I definitely agree because it's why I don't really like the older games that much. Um, it just to me it really made a lot of sense why they would remake 2 and 3. I mean, especially 2. Like 1 already got a remake, um, so they're gonna do 2, and they're gonna want to do it in a much more modern style. Then 2 is really successful, and I'm sure maybe the only reason why they did 3 was to capitalize on that success. And just like the only reason why I'm sure they're doing a remake of 4. No, I don't think there are any more goodies here. I think I cleaned this place up when I was here before. But I assume, you know, I got nothing against Capcom going back and remaking a bunch of these games. Like, especially since they, you know, playing Resident Evil 2 remake is not at all the same thing as playing the original Resident Evil 2. There's a quote from a YouTuber I enjoy named King K, and he did a video talking about kind of just remakes, you know, remasters and remakes, and um, he made a really interesting point about RE2 remake and then how RE2 remake was not, or I guess like most remakes are kind of meant to be the definitive version of a game. You know, they update the game, make it play a bit smoother, give it some better graphics, maybe give it some new mechanics and stuff. And it's supposed to be the definitive version and kind of replace the original. And he King K made an interesting point about the differences between RE2 remake and RE1 remake, and that RE1 remake was meant to basically be a better version of the original Resident Evil game and gave it better visuals, better controls. It also did add in some like new mechanics and stuff. But basically, RE1 remake completely replaces the original game. It's like RE1 remake was the original game, but then everything was just so much better. Whereas RE2 remake, King K said that wasn't meant to replace the original RE2, but stand alongside it. Basically, be RE2, but in a significantly different way. If you play, wrong button. If you play Resident Evil 2 remake, you can't really say that you've played like the original Resident Evil 2 because they're just 2 entirely different games. Ruby, this doesn't. I don't think this goes into anything. I think I can just sell this as is. Same thing with this. The cat's eye, though. These things I should hold on to. In fact, I think I can mix these 2 things. And so I feel like that's a really interesting distinction, and I think also applies to RE3 remake, where it doesn't. Oh, I don't want to sell this. I just want to back out. Those games are not meant to replace the original games or be definitive ways to play those original games. They're just meant to be very modern takes on those stories. You know, like because mechanically the games are just not the same. I mean, there's some things they try to carry over, like the just kind of the survival horror aspect of like limited resources, you're not really meant to like kill everything, but just trying to survive and avoid threats instead of engage with threats. Those kinds of aspects. But of course, there are no fixed camera angles. There the could you technically say that they have tank controls, because up pressing and holding up is always how you move forward. It's not really like a thing that's relative to the camera. I don't know. I mean, you get my point. Like, they're like survival horror games. I have two more than three. It's like they are survival horror games, like the original games were, but they're not the same experience at all. Um, I always struggle to if I actually want to upgrade any of these guns, because none of these guns I'm going to keep. I think the shotgun I might have for a little bit. Maybe be worth upping the power of this one. If I decide to get the TMP, I know that one isn't replaced throughout the game, so that would, I don't know. Yeah, I'll do the power of this one. So anyway, so like I have to wonder, what's the approach they're gonna take with number 4? Like, how much are they going to be, um, really trying to update it? Because like there's not as much you can update. I think the mechanic that people would probably be most irritated by, like people who've never played this game before, if they were to play it for the first time today, probably just the fact that when you aim your gun, you're locked in one place, you can't move. um, I personally don't have an issue with that. I get along just fine, not being able to move while I aim. I think the thing that I hope that they add in the remake is just the ability to strafe. And like RE5 feels so much better to play than this game, at least in terms of just the control, because you can actually strafe in that game. You're still locked in place, which, like I said, I don't really have as big of an issue with that. I prefer games not to do that, but I think all the encounters in this game are kind of paced with that in mind. Like, you'll see enemies rush you, and then like right before they get up to you, they kind of stop and start slow walking again, just to give you that. I hope that's hitting my head. All right. Oh, snap. Nice. So it's like I wonder if that's something they're going to do, if they're going to add in the ability to move while you aim, and how much will that mess with the balance of all the firefights. I mean, I don't know, maybe you could say it's artificial difficulty or something, but the fact that you're locked in place while you aim, um, is one of the things that makes all the firefights so tense in this game. So it's like, I feel like if they're going to add the ability to move while you shoot, just like you can in RE2 Remake and RE3 Remake, and number RE6, you can do that. Um, how much are they also going to be changing the encounters around? And I'm also curious if they're going to be cutting any content. Like, I'm not familiar with the original. Uh, oh snap! That's gonna get me. I ran into it even because I'm a freaking idiot. But I'm not familiar with the original RE3 game. Never played it. As far as the original games go, I've only played like number 2. I've tried to play it several times. I don't like it. I've also tried to play through like RE Remake and RE Zero, and I just don't like the fixed camera angle thing. That's another conversation. But I hear one of the things that people were really upset about with RE3 Remake was the fact that they cut, I hear, quite a bit of content out of the game, specifically like a clock tower sequence, which it even like shows you the clock tower. Like, it teases you. Like, you see Jill walking like towards a clock tower, and Nemesis shows up, knocks her. I don't think I got all the medallions down here. No, I didn't. Like, knocks her. She goes across a bridge or something. She gets knocked off, or and then it just completely skips the clock tower sequence. I know a lot of people were really bummed out by that, and since I still have never played the original RE3 remake or the original RE3. Obviously, I wasn't really bothered by that. I didn't even know that was a thing until the game had come out, and I heard all the complaining about it online. But I know that. Oh, am I that low on ammo? Oh no, it just didn't reload for a second. But I know that if I were to play I will be playing the remake of this game when it comes out, probably like day one. And I know that if they cut content, I'm going to be disappointed. Oops. I've never been good with the optimal strategy for this puzzle. I just kind of hit a lot of buttons until it just sort of works out. I know which icons I need to light up. It's just like, the 3 or 4 increment thing. I'm never sure what the best way to do it is. I think I usually just kind of hit 4 and eventually it all just kind of works out. So if I do 4 now, I guess whether or not I do 3 or 4, it's gonna take one away that I don't want it to. Okay, so I'll do 4, and then 3. That's not really what I meant to do, but it's okay. I think I just undid what I did. Okay, okay, instead of hitting 4 a bunch, I'm gonna hit 3 a bunch. So far, it's working out. Okay. 1, 2, 2. This isn't what I want to do either. Dang it. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. How about I do 4, 4, and then another 4, and then 3. And I gotta get the one that's on the bottom, the one that's lit up on the bottom. I know I gotta get I gotta light up that one. Okay. Wait, oops. Oh, that just reset. Okay. My bad. I didn't mean to do that. One, two, three. Nope, didn't mean to do that either. I meant to hit 4. Okay, 4. I'm gonna hit 4 again. And I think at this point because I swear, like I normally do like 3 and then I hit 4 just a bunch of times and it like always works out. It's just not doing that now. 3, and then okay, I gotta get that far left one. Oh, I can do that. If I do... Nope. Actually, no, that won't work. This is seriously the most I've ever struggled at this puzzle. I don't know what that didn't do anything for me. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm like back to square one. This is like basically how I started. Ooh. 3 and then 4 and then I'm in. There we go. Got him. All right, that took a long time, and that also made me forget what I was talking about with the remakes. Oh, I think I was just talking about how I hope they don't cut content. I don't. But I don't know. It's a tough one because it's like I don't want them to cut content, but I also don't want them just to like. I don't want them to add too much content, but I also don't want them to like basically just make the same game again with prettier graphics. Got him. Remakes really are a finicky thing. I guess my disappointment is I just don't. I feel like this is a game that just shouldn't remake. I feel like there are, and I'm not at all against remakes. I feel like there are just better RE games to remake than this one. Like after, I'm gonna go get the pistol before I continue. I know I didn't need to get all 15 medallions. I just always like to get them. But after they did RE3 remake, and you just knew that as long as 3 remake was successful, then they would do another one. Obviously, a lot of people are showing interest in that, and I figured they would have done Code Veronica because I think that Code Veronica is a well liked game in the franchise, and it also is a game that could probably use some updating, and maybe that's controversial to say because a lot of people don't feel those original games need to be updated unless they were going to update them in the exact same way, like they did with the remake of the first game. I'm just dang it. I keep hitting B. I'm not. I'm so used to because I use my Pro controller. I'm using it now, and I use my Pro controller when I play games on my PC. And the way all my games are configured is they're configured to be like an Xbox controller, where A and B and X and Y are switched. So I'm just having a hard time adjusting myself to that. Um, Oops, nope, nope, don't want to sell that. But yeah, I know a lot of people they really like the tank control things, and um, a lot of YouTubers I like that are big fans of this franchise. Um, they praise the original games, and they think that the fixed camera angles and stuff is great. And every time I hear them talk about it, I always want to try to get into it myself. And every time I've attempted to play through any one of the original RE games, the fixed camera angle games, um, my playthroughs never made it more than a couple hours into it because I don't like it. I don't like how disorienting it feels. I don't like the cheap deaths and the cheap hits that you take where like you run into enemies that you easily would have seen if you were the character or if you saw like an over the shoulder point of view like this. Um, yeah, it just to me it's I don't know if I call it artificial difficulty. It's just a style of game I can't come to appreciate. And I try, I definitely try, and I want to. I mean, one of these days, I'll beat like the original Resident Evil game, or at least like the remake of it. I'll beat that game. I don't know if the game's really gonna click with me and I'll enjoy it, but I will beat it at one point in my life. I might have to stream myself playing it just so viewers can kind of help me get through that process because I know I'm not going to enjoy it on my own. And to the fans that that love the fixed camera angle games and would like a remake of something like Code Veronica, like what? Ooh, I need a flash bomb. What? I mean, how would they do it? I mean, would you want them to remake it as a fixed camera angle game and give you the same sort of experience? I mean, I know it wouldn't necessarily be the same sort of experience because the remake of RE1 is also fixed camera and stuff, but it's not the same experience as the first game. It is a pretty new experience, and it's very fresh just because of how much better it looks and probably how much better it controls and everything than the original game. And I think they added some new mechanics and stuff and new enemies and even I think entirely new sections of the game. Is that I mean would that be the way to do it? Because I wonder if maybe Code Veronica is not dated enough to where like the enhancements they gave the first game would be enough to justify a remake of Code Veronica. I know there's the salesman dude down there. I think there's some boxes and stuff down there too. I don't need them. I'll just keep going. Just I already backtracked to get the pistol. Wasted a lot of time. So I almost have to wonder if doing over-the-shoulder remakes would be the way to remake these games, just to give it, just to justify the game enough and to uh, make it actually feel fresh. Oh, he's not behind the. I thought he was going to be behind the tripwire, and that he would just explode. I think that the guy that's over there does that. Nope, I'm wrong again. Oh, oh. Whew, that was close. Oh, this game's really stingy on the yellow herbs. I guess it is pretty well balanced. Like, you'll get pretty damn close to the end of the game before you max out your health bar. This is the guy that runs into the tripwire. Got pretty lucky there. Do I want to just bounce? Yeah, I'm just going to bounce. I don't actually have to kill any of these dudes. I don't think there's anything to actually collect up here except maybe... I think all you get by going up here is just that cutscene. Where you look into the water. On repeat playthroughs of this game, this is one of my least favorite bosses. I find it to be kind of repetitive, way too easy. It's very hard to die. Usually when I get to this boss, I just kind of want it to be over with. Do I want to heal now? Yeah, I'll just heal right now. I don't think I need to save now, just in case. I mean, just in case I do accidentally die. I think there's a checkpoint right here anyway. And then I think it's the end of the chapter after I kill this dude. Yeah, the first time playing through this game, just because you don't really know what the bosses and stuff have to offer, I found pretty much everything to be really engaging. This cutscene, it builds him up really well, and he's just cool. Especially if you saw when you watch the cutscene before and you see him eat the other cop that you came here with, and it's like, oh man, this is gonna be intense, and it kind of is, just because when I first played this game, I was really bad at it, so just kind of everything kept me on my toes. And now when I play it, it's just, yeah, this is probably, I don't know if it's my least favorite boss, but it's definitely up there. Yeah, it's very much just rinse repeat. Hope that you don't get hit by any of these things in the water. Get pulled. If you can throw harpoons, you throw them. Tries to bite you like that. I think it's just all RNG, like whether or not he swims to the logs or not. So there's just not a lot of, ooh, that was awesome. I thought he was gonna hit me there. Your skill doesn't really help this boss fight that much. Maybe speedrunners know a way to get past this really quickly, but I certainly don't. And I forget how many harpoons you need to actually kill this guy. It's like 14 or something. Andy Moe says, hey, there's a monster. Watch out. Thanks, bud. If only this game was co-op, Mo, you could play with me and help me kill this thing. You know what we should do, Andy? Resident Evil 5 is co-op, and we should play that together. I gotta try to talk you into. Oh, there we go. I guess you wouldn't necessarily have to play it on the Switch, but it is on the Switch. I've been trying to talk you into getting a Switch for a long time. But Resident Evil 5 is co-op, and that would be a lot of fun to play with you. Because when you were over last night, and I asked you if you've ever played a video game, a little cheeky way of me saying that maybe you're not that good at video games. I do know that you definitely are good at some of them, for sure, especially Rock Band. When you pick up that guitar on Rock Band, that's when the party really starts. And when you sing, when you sing, everyone is moved, and you don't do it nearly enough. But Resident Evil 5, it's playable on like every platform basically. Like it's on PC, it's on the Switch, it's on the Xbox, it's on the PlayStation, and it's it's playable everywhere. We could even do split screen or something, but it would be hilarious to well, I don't know if hilarious is the right word, but it'd be a lot of fun to watch you play Resident Evil 5, because it's kind of a tough game. It's a lot like this one. It's like, it's over the shoulder. When you aim your gun and try to shoot, you can't move. I mean, obviously you can't see what I'm doing right now. It just looks like I'm aiming my gun because I am doing that. But I'm like, when I'm pressing on the left analog stick, you can't move. When you aim your gun, you're locked in place. And that's how Resident Evil 5 is. And there's a lot of precision shooting that's involved with that game, and that one leans even heavier into the action elements than this one does. So like, it would just be a lot of fun to see you play that game and watch you struggle with it, and watch you get good at it too. Because I know, I mean, once you play through the whole game, you're bound to get good at it. Andy Mo says, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna die playing that." Hey, I die playing it all the time too. I've played through that game like 10 times. It's funny I played through it so many times because I really don't even like it that much, but I've played through it a bunch of times. And that game still kicks my ass too. Oh hey Tessa, welcome. Can I jump on? The game, if you're talking about Resi 5, it's only 2-player. But if Andy's too much of a pussy to play with me, then you and I are definitely gonna have to play it. I'm gonna die in real life though. Oh, I mean, one day that is true. One day you will die in real life. Not because of the game though. It's not that scary. Maybe if you played Resident Evil 2 Remake, you would die in real life, just because that game is pretty terrifying. That's a game I've played through several times, and it still scares me. I wonder how you would do with a horror game, Andy. Isn't there a... Okay, I know I can drop down in here. Hey, merchants. This is another one of my least favorite things about this game. Is just how often the pace comes to a halt because because you're in a tough firefight and you're shooting heads off and punching people and stuff and having a good time, and then when it comes to an end, resource management is an element in this game, so you need to just scavenge everything you can. So sometimes the game kind of comes to a halt and you just sort of run around and try to find things that you need. I mean, every single bullet's definitely going to count. I don't know. It just seems like there maybe could have been a better solution to that. I don't know what that would be. See, I keep hitting the wrong buttons and it's making me mad. Does Half-Life Alyx count? I handle that decently. He's eating. Andy's eating right now. Is he eating Thai food again? I swear that's all that dude eats. But does Half-Life Alyx count? I guess yeah. Well, I don't see why not. That game is really scary. I played through Half-Life Alyx like 3 times, and every single time it really scared me. Indian. Oh. Is Indian food typically spicy? I know Andy likes a lot of spicy stuff, so I just feel really bad for his roommates constantly. I'm really branching out. Yeah, definitely. I haven't branched out into Indian food. I don't know if I've ever had Indian food before. Oh, I still gotta combine some of these things. Green gem goes in the elegant mask. Oh, I don't think I ever got the beer stein from the village. I'll go back through there actually when I get Ashley, so I can get that beer stein to put these things into it. So I'm good. I'm still good with that. I just can't remember. Andy will hook you up. Does he have plenty? Does he have enough Indian food for me? Because I mean, I can eat a lot, so Andy better have a lot if he's gonna feed me. I'll upgrade that again. Save the rest of my emo. Alright, I'm out. I ate a lot too, so unfortunately, no. Yeah. I mean, that's why every time we order food together, I always have to make sure I order my own thing. Like, whenever you're over and we get pizza, I'm going to get my own pizza just because I know that I can eat a lot of it. In fact, if plates of food never, like, if they always regenerated food, then I would probably never stop eating. I definitely know that my biggest issue is portion control, that's for sure. How is the Indian food, Mo? Is it good? Do you like it as much as Thai food? I feel like we always relate Thai food to you. I was talking to Destiny today at work, and she just like asked me like, "Hey, what'd you do last night?" And I said, "Andy came over and we ordered Thai food." And she's like, "That dude is always eating Thai food." Oh, I wanted to get my rifle out. Yeah, I have tons of rifle ammo. Oh, it's the bomb. You'd like chicken tikka masala. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. What is it? I mean, it's got chicken. I love chicken. Chicken's probably my favorite meat. And is it spicy? Because if it is, then I definitely want to try it. I've been really into spice lately. I think that could just be because I'm getting old. So maybe now I need some more kick to actually taste something. Damn, my frame rate's really bad. I mean, I know it's just a Switch, but usually this game runs a bit smoother on here. Um, Here's another little pro tip here for anyone who struggles with this part. I don't think that it's too obscure of a strategy, but you just come over here, aggro all these dudes, and then just jump over here. That's all you got to do, and you just win this whole section. Because you can shoot everyone, and then they either fall in the water or just like die on the box that they're standing on. Oh. Oh. Wiggly boy. There we go. And maybe that's not much of a pro tip. I bet that's probably the way they intended you to play this part. Because, I mean, literally, enemies only spawn from this direction and this direction. So it's like, where else are you going to go but back that way? Was there something up here? I don't know if I came up here. Oh, it's just a box. Okay. It is amazing that little Skype thing that he has in his pocket has reception in this cave. While it's pouring rain. And look how good the resolution is, too. That's some fancy tech for 2005. I think this little bit here is some of the closest this game gets to somewhat similar design to some of the original games. I mean, one of the biggest departures this game makes is the fact that it's a very linear style game, and it's not like a Metroidvania at all, except for like a couple moments where you loop back in on parts of the game. Where is this gun? Why don't I ever get to use this? Or are those supposed to be just TMPs or something? But anyway, I mean, yeah. So this is like one of the very few times this game actually like brings you back in to a spot you were at before, and you may not have even come here. So like at this point, you may not have realized that the game has looped you back around until you exit out that door up there. I'm not really trying to sing praise. I don't think it's genius level design, but I just mean like, you know, this game was just such a departure from the original games, and there are very few similarities that 4 has with every RE game that came before this. And so that's my pathetic attempt of trying to sort of link that together, since the original games were kind of Metroidvanias. I keep saying I'm going to combine the gem with the mask, but I keep forgetting. I guess I'm just not really hurting for money yet, since I'm not buying any new stuff. Dang it. I don't know if I want to go for the TMP quite yet. I mean, it's probably a weapon I'll end up buying, but I guess I could just hold on to my money for now. I almost always buy it. Yeah, I'm good with that. Mo says, had to dip for a sec. I was wondering where you were. It's like, dang, this guy just really doesn't like to talk about Indian food. Chicken tikka masala is definitely spicy. It's chicken cooked in a bunch of spices with the sauce and peppers and stuff, and it's served with rice and naan bread. Ooh, that does sound good. That sounds very good. Did you make it, or did you order it from somewhere? And if you made it, did you make me some? And if you ordered it somewhere, where was that? And I might order it tonight. Best place in town I've had it's Dilseed Indian. You can order it on caviar. I don't have caviar. Guess I could look into it. I bet it's expensive though. That just sounds fancy to me. I bet that's super expensive. Alright, here's the thick boy boss fight. I'm gonna run around and get all the goodies first. Oh. Just gotta be ready to dodge this. Boom. Ooh. Mo says it's not too crazy since it's your first time on Caviar. There's probably some really good promo codes you could use. Interesting. I'll have to look. I know I got some other delivery service stuff, and I think I have some promo codes. It's also on DoorDash. Yeah, I have DoorDash. I also have like a 15% off promo code for DoorDash. So it's a dog from the beginning, being a good boy. It would have been cool if this dog came back for something else. You know, like you fight a couple more of these dudes. It would have been cool if maybe he could have helped you in other fights with these guys, or maybe just other bosses. Am I that low? Oh, man. Oh, snap. Normally when I play this game, it's on like New Game Plus. So I have like super upgraded weapons and stuff, and I don't struggle this much. That's my excuse. Yeah, like if you have like a fully upgraded rifle, once that little thing pops out of its back, you just shoot it with the rifle a few times and it's dead. Or like the broken butterfly or something. Oh, is that even gonna... Okay, cool, it did. I kind of want to... I feel like a bolt-action rifle is not going to be very effective against this guy. But I have so much rifle ammo. Alright, hopefully just one more go at that. Oh, I thought it was going to prompt me to dodge it. I'm just going to have to use the rifle ammo. I'm just so low on other stuff. Oh, this was a bad idea. Yep, not really a bad idea. Did I die? Okay, no, good. I know this is probably painful. If anyone watches this that has played this game, this is probably a painful boss fight to watch. And I do not blame them. There we go. This guy's basically dead now. There we go. Remember this boss fight was used, or just this enemy in general, it was used a lot in the promotional stuff for this game. I just remember thinking it looks so freaking cool. I wanted to fight him so bad. And give me those PTAs. I like to call them Paul Thomas Andersons. I think another reason why I struggled with that fight was normally at this point I have the TMP. I buy the TMP by this point. And as you can see, like it's given me quite a bit of TMP ammo. Like I have 100 bolts just sitting right here, let alone like the 50 or something. That it gives you when you buy the thing, and you can upgrade it and stuff, have more. So at this point, I might even have like 200 plus TMP bullets. And I usually just kind of spray those into the guy, run around this arena, spray him with those bullets. It usually helps me cheese him a little bit, but I didn't have it this time. So that's my excuse. That's my excuse for not doing so good on that. Now here I gotta be a little tricky because I want to get these dogs, but that's hard with the bolt action rifle. Very good thing they just kind of stop and stare at you right before they attack you. I mean, another thing that shows that this game is, I think there's one more even. Yeah, right there. This game is paced with, you know, these specific shooting mechanics in mind. Oh, he's going to get me. Haha, got him. I'm going to wait to reload my shotgun. Hey, zinc deficiency. What's up, my dude? I don't know if Andy's still in the chat, but Zinc, I was just talking to Andy a little bit ago about how him and I should play through Resident Evil 5, and I'm sure that brings up a lot of good memories of me making you play through Resident Evil 5 with me. And 6. We played through 6 as well. We played through that garbage. Okay. Oh wait, no, I jump across right here. um, um, I think that's what I want. Resi 5 was bad in a good way. 6 was just shit. And not enough kick juice. Yeah. I mean, 6. The kick juice mechanic was the only thing worth doing in 6, just because, who doesn't love kick juice? I guess. Resi 5 was bad in a good way. Yeah. I guess you're right. I don't know. I mean, Resident Evil 5. It's a game. I don't know if I'd say it's bad, but I don't know if I'd say it's good either. The thing is I really liked Resident Evil 5 the first time I played it. Actually, the first couple times I played it, I liked it a lot. But after that, I was just really done with it, and I guess the thing is that makes me so disappointed with it is usually just when I play this game and how I've played through this game maybe 2 dozen times I've played through this game, and I still love playing through this game. Resident Evil 5 though, I don't know, I can't play it through it anymore. I'm just kind of that was a game where I had an X amount of times that I could play it through to completion. I've got some movie recommendations. Hey, I'm always down for movie recommendations. Let's hear it. What you got? This way. Dang it. There we go. Gosh, so much rifle ammo. I don't know if I'll get anything from these boxes again. Come on, Zing, hit me with those movie recommendations. I always have movie recommendations. I guess that is something I could talk about on this during some of these streams, like the movies I'm watching, because I'm always watching movies, and that's kind of why I started doing YouTube, was because of movies. In fact, my name is Bretflix. Welcome. Please. Oh, dang it. See, I'm still used to hitting the wrong button because I'm playing on a Switch. Did I buy the medium case already? Because I guess so. Red 9. Never really been into using the Red 9. I don't need the rocket launcher. Not until I want to cheese a boss or something. Oh, I should. I need to. I should upgrade the shotgun actually, so I can. That way, I can basically reload it and not have to use any of my bullets. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Well, alright, Zinc Deficiency. I'm starting to think you don't have movie recommendations for me. And I'm disappointed. I'll leave Ashley behind. I think there's going to be some dudes in here. Maybe not. I thought there was going to be people in here. I don't... Did I shoot this thing before? I think, can't remember if there's something in here. Yes. I don't think this opens. I'll save here just in case. Well, fine, Zinc Deficiency. If you don't have movie recommendations, I'm going to talk a little bit about a movie I saw recently that was awesome. Sort of in a bad way. Or, you know, it was a movie that was good in a bad way. Or bad in a good way, or however you want to say it. But, oh, snap. I finally watched Striptease with Demi Moore, which was a movie I've been wanting to see for a long time, not just because Demi Moore gets naked in it, which I'm sure it was sort of a selling point for me, as it was for a lot of teenage boys back in the 90s when the movie came out. But, you know, I always wanted to see Striptease because it was not a well liked movie. I know a lot of people hated it, and to me that just kind of made me very interested in seeing it because I know that it had to have been a controversial movie when it came out, and uh, it's like how bad could the movie really be? But it was just so maligned, and I really wanted to check it out for myself. And I watched it, and I was hoping that it would be a like a gem, you know, the a movie where let me see if I can shoot this lady in the head. Anyway, I was hoping it would be a gem, a movie that like it was misunderstood or it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was, something sort of like that. I mean, it wasn't like the worst movie I'd ever seen, that's for sure. Like I really didn't think it was a terrible movie, um, but definitely wasn't very good. It was. Oop. Hold on, let me kill these people. Oh, all right. I'm just gonna have to use my pistol. Anyway, all right. So I can focus a little bit now. But yeah, the movie wasn't very good. It had this weird mix of like um it had a weird tone, like a mix of tones, like you know, I was okay. What I was expecting from the movie was a movie of like oh, it's gonna be about you know what it's like to be a stripper and kind of the the weird the I'm having a hard time putting into words like the very strange sort of misunderstood underbelly of it, like what is it really like to be a stripper or an exotic dancer. I don't know. I think the word stripper might not be so PC anymore. Who knows? But I thought it was going to be about like that lifestyle and what it's like to work in that sort of industry. And it wasn't at all. It is about a woman who dances for a living, but the movie was much more concerned with this weird like murder side plot, and there was some political intrigue, like you know, like Burt Reynolds was like a congressman or something like that, or a senator. Uh, I watched the movie like a couple weeks ago, so I don't remember all the little details like that. But the movie had just a very busy plot, and I was surprised that it was. I was expecting a movie that was a bit more character focused. Demi Moore is going to be a dancer, and she's also a single mother, and like what's it like to try to raise a child when that's your profession, and people don't have a lot of respect for people in that kind of industry, something like that. I thought the movie was really going to explore that. I was like, oh, this could be interesting. I want to see this movie, but it really just felt like a Hollywood movie that takes a interesting concept and then throws a lot of like Hollywood type plots in there that aren't interesting or well done or fleshed out. Um, and none of the movie I found to be that like engrossing, Um, but there is that side of me that can't really bring myself to hate the movie because it is a movie where Demi Moore dances on a pole and uh, exposes herself a lot, and so it's like, well, I mean, obviously, she's a very beautiful woman, and she's doing very um, what word should I use? Doing very intriguing, enticing things on stage, and so it's like, hey, that's cool. And she does it almost entirely to Annie Lennox, which that's awesome. That's legitimately really awesome. Annie Lennox has lots of bangers, and if I was a stripper, I would strip to Annie Lennox. I absolutely would. She brings out my inner stripper. Um, But there's like a couple movies like Striptease, and then there's that one Showgirls that came out in the '90s. Both those movies did, and I feel like, I mean, I'm just kind of judging the reception of those games kind of just on how I guess I perceive those movies are perceived, if that's the word. Um, and it seems like, because I think both movies weren't very well liked when they came out. Both are about, some exotic dancers, and it seems like a lot of people have really come around on Showgirls, but not so much Striptease. And after watching Striptease, I don't really blame people for still not digging Striptease. I really didn't think it was a very good movie. I kind of respected the movie because it was very daring of Demi Moore to take a role like that. And she fully commits to it. I figured like they would always find ways to have her not get naked or something. And they never did that. They really didn't shy away from it. It was a very kind of mature role for her. And she did it well. I just thought that just a lot of the other aspects of the movie were just really lame. Oh, there. I see you. I finally see you back. Oh, I see you back in the chat, Zinc. I will respond to your message after I shoot this guy's head off. And then I gotta shoot his head off again. There we go. First one is Willy's Wonderland, Nick Cage. Oh, I've heard of that. I've actually talked about that movie on the stream before. I did a stream a week or two ago or whatever. I was playing Mario, and there was a guy in my chat named Puppet Master, like FNAF, FNAF, Puppet Master. And I asked him what FNAF meant, and he said it stood for Five Nights at Freddy's. And so that's when I was like, oh, have you heard of Willy's Wonderland? Like, and he told me about it. He's in the chat. The dude said that Willy's Wonderland like originally was supposed to be a Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I really want to look into that and just to confirm it, just to make sure that maybe it's just not rumor before I were to like walk around and say, hey, Willy's Wonderland was supposed to be Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, even if the movie originally wasn't supposed to be Five Nights at Freddy's, clearly whoever came up with the idea to do it was heavily inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's. I want to see it. I heard it's not great. She's waiting on me. I've heard the movie's not great. I think, Nick Cage has been trying to do a lot of like weird horror movies lately, starting like with Mandy. Then he did that movie like Mom and Dad, Color Out of Space. All those movies were really like well reviewed and stuff. I saw Mandy and Color Out of Space. I like both of those a lot. I didn't see Mom and Dad though, but I think he's trying to like kind of continue that. And I've heard Willy's Wonderland isn't great, but I'll reserve judgment for when I eventually see it. But I know that when I watch it, it's going to be hard for me to just not think like, wow, they're just trying to do Five Nights at Freddy's. This is kind of pathetic. Even if the movie's really good, I'll probably still kind of think that. Second movie recommendation Zeke has is Ice Wall Oakham, a horror mockumentary about flat earthers trying to find the edge of the earth in Oakham, Antarctica, and getting stopped by NASA. It's a horror mockumentary? I mean, that sounds like a funny comedy. Flat earthers are just kind of funny in general, but it's actually like a horror movie. That's interesting. That actually makes me a bit more interested in watching it. I would like to watch it anyway to make fun of flat earthers, but yeah, Ice Wall Oakham. But the fact that it's a horror movie, that kind of adds a strange element to it. Might be kind of interesting to watch that. I need this clip. Oh, great. You're tricking me into saying something, aren't you? Okay. I will say it for you, but I'm still not quite sure what I'm saying. Wait. Oh, I do know what it is now. You know what, Zinc? Because I love you, I will recommend to all two people my stream to watch a film called I Swallow Oakham. I love it. I love I Swallow Oakham. It's amazing. Just for you, my dude. So I owe you one since I did make you play through Resident Evils 5 and 6 with me. That's the least I could do for you. Yeah, no second recommendation is fake. Sounds like a cool idea. You know what? We may have actually come up with something here. A horror mockumentary about flat earthers. That is a great movie idea. I know you're just trying to meme on me, but we may have found a way to make $1 million. You gotta go back to work later. Oh, come on, man. Gotta go back to work. If you're not here, no one's watching me. If you gotta work, I guess it's what it is. We'll talk soon, my dude. Love ya. Oh yeah, and I got the beer stein. I can put the cat's eyes in there. Cool. Oops. Oh, do I want to? Can I tune anything up? Shotgun capacity. It would be nice to actually have this. That's what I have for now. Maybe now's a good time to get the TMP. TMP is just I'm mostly just like having TMP for crowd control. And yeah, when you're in the whatchamadug, I'll just do that. When you're in the cabin, yeah, crowd control is a big deal. All right. I'm just gonna try to organize this a little bit better. I think I'm just gonna have to combine some of these. There you go. And I'll throw the nades here. Okay. Yeah, this looks fine. We can do the cabin part now. Man, some of those low resolution character models look really bad. Back on the GameCube, I never noticed them, just because resolution wasn't so high, so it blended in a little bit better. But now that this is like HD or whatever, it sticks out a bit more. I always thought that guy looked like Johnny Depp. My inventory's got to be packed full now. Okay. Let's see what I can do about that. There. Looks pretty good. Never noticed that he would do that if you aimed at him. If that hits me, I'm going to be pissed. Nice. Alright, Lewis, get my back. Now snipe. That. Ah, God. You know what, Lewis? It might be a good idea to come upstairs now. Oh, damn it. Do you think that? Oh, oh. Oh, thanks, bud. It's gotta end any second now. Alright, end of the chapter. It's a good place to stop for now. This was more fun than the last stream because people actually showed up and watched me this time. It was really nice. I'll stream again soon. I'll probably play this game again. I don't know. I might play a game on my PC next time. I got some ideas. So what I did talk about striptease. That was cool. I got another good movie I want to talk about, and I'll bring that up next time. Anyway, I'm out. I'm very, very hungry. Time for me to eat. So, good night.